Hello and welcome to Akai's Kitchen. Today I'm showing you how I make my mackerel stew. Here is a list of my ingredients. Before I begin cooking, I'm going to prep the mackerel. The fish was already gutted and cleaned at the market. When I got home from the market, I gave it a thorough rinse before I began cutting the fish into smaller pieces. It is easier to fry the fish when it's cut into smaller pieces. I seasoned the fish with a seafood broth powder. You can use any stock cubes or stock powder of your choice. I allowed the seasoned fish to marinate for 30 minutes. I used a food processor to process the tomatoes into tomato chunks. I did not blend the tomatoes, so they're still quite chunky. I cut the bell peppers into strips and into tiny pieces. The reason I cut the bell peppers into strips is because I want it to be visible in the stew. I cut the ginger into smaller pieces and then mince it using the food processor. I also use the food processor to mince the garlic. Typically, I combine the garlic, ginger, habanero peppers, and onions together in a food processor, but for the purpose of this video and to show viewers the details of the food prep, I process all the ingredients separate. The basil leaf has to be finely chopped and put aside. It is the last ingredient that goes into the mackerel stew. After the fish is done marinating, it is time to give it a shallow fry. You can use any cooking oil of your choice. I prefer groundnut oil or peanut oil. The fish is frying on medium heat. I turn it over occasionally to get all sides brown. When my fish is brown, I take it out from the oil. And then I add the chopped onions along with the minced garlic and ginger. The aroma that fills the room when the onions, ginger, and garlic is cooking is very pleasant. And then I stir in the red bell peppers, the habanero peppers, bay leaves, thyme leaves, and seafood broth powder. It is time to work on the fish by breaking it into bite-sized pieces while removing the bones. I'm not shredding the fish because I want to see big chunky mackerel pieces in the stew. The bell peppers is now a little tender, and this is when I add my tomatoes and give it a nice stir to make sure it is thoroughly mixed. After cooking for 5 minutes, I taste for flavor and add more seasoning to enhance the flavor. When I stir in the mackerel, I allow it to cook for 5 minutes so that all of the flavors can come together. The last ingredient I add is the basil leaf. It enhances the flavor of the stew and adds an additional color to an already beautiful stew. I give it a little mix, and after 2 minutes, I remove the stew from heat. You can enjoy the mackerel stew any time of the day with some white rice, some fried plantains, or with some fried or boiled yams or cocoa yam, or even with some fried cassava. Thanks for watching and tune in for some more videos from Ekai's Kitchen.